Alright. Time for some inverted castle. Or not.
Alright. You're leaving again for some reason.
I wonder if it has something to do with the fact that normally, like, an upside-up castle takes longer to complete than the inverted castle. But according to the timestamps, we're not halfway done yet. I found that strange. Maybe this is why?
Oh, did he just jump up to clear a map tile so he could go back?
I guess, yeah, trying to get all the map tiles for the full ending.
Don't tell me there's one map tile you have to go back for right above the teleport. That's stupid.
Oh, just wait until we get into the inverted underwater caverns. Wait till you have to see what you have to do to get those tiles.
Oh.
So, welcome to all the power-ups room.
You know, they had a feeling that this castle was going to be really hard, so they gave you lots of power-ups.
I mean, there are honestly some rooms that are annoying. You know, I forgot to mention the last playthrough. When you meet Maria in the room under the clock, in the PSP version, you fight her as a boss. And she would be one of the 3 enemies, as of that port, that is weak to dark.
Alright. I guess there's no...
Also York. That's my favorite enemy in this game.
Yeah. I don't know if you can really tell, but he's a skeleton who runs around kicking his own head.
It's adorable as hell.
He appears in a couple of games, I believe. At the very least, I think he's an Arya.
Yeah. Yeah, he is. And also Dawn.
I don't know if there's any bottomless pits in this game.
There are none.
Which is...
No death by falling.
Which is good, considering everything's upside down, so falling into the sky. It's a terrifying prospect.
Well, here's the thing, too. Like, only in this game can you just flip the entire, like, game upside down and still function, because of the movement that Alucard has.
Well, also, like, V6 or whatever. But yeah, it is really funny how, like, they kind of... It's like padding, because it's just the same map, but flipped upside down. But it is very, like, well thought out.
They literally did this because they had extra time and wanted to make the game have a little bit more stuff. Also, we just got the Sword of Dawn, which, really funny weapon. By doing various fighting game inputs, you can summon skeleton strikers. Even though it's a two-handed sword, and therefore has the two-handed drawbacks, like not being able to use something in your left hand, it's still a really funny weapon.
You become Kudlak? Hell yeah.
That or that one girl from Asura Buster.
Oh yeah.
Or the Boletta version where it's just skeleton memes the Mugen character.
Oh dear. So lightning mail, is that just regular ass?
It resists electric. Average defense, electric resist, just like ice mail and fire mail and holy mail and all that.
Completing our elemental collection.
Yep. So now the objective of the inverted catacombs, inverted castle. So it's a mixture of Castlevania 1 and 2's objective, where you're fighting the bosses from Castlevania 1, but when you defeat them, you get one of Dracula's body parts. And you need to collect all of Dracula's body parts to open up the room under the inverted clock room in the, what was it? Marble Gallery?
Yeah.
But inverted.
That's interesting.
So yeah, we have Ring of Vlad, which isn't a body part, it's an accessory, but I'll let it slide.
It was a part of him. Waka knife.
I'm pretty sure that's an actual weapon. Or they could have just fucked up the localization.
I mean,
it
can be guys, it's either way, really.
Yeah. Also, we just saw the Bomb Knights. They're pretty funny. You can hit the bombs out of their hands and it'll explode on them. Oh, Moon Rod. Yeah, that is one of Sailor Moon's weapons, and you can even do one of her attacks with it by doing quarter circle forward.
We might see it. There's a Sonic Labyrinth Zone spike thing.
Yeah, that takes off a good chunk of your life, regardless of your defense.
Yeah, I think like hitting spikes in Castlevania games just always takes like a percentage of your health.
Yeah, it's percentage damage. Interesting that the player's melee. There we go. Of all the characters to do a Sailor Moon impression, that
he's browsing through the channels and he sees Toonami, and then Sailor Moon comes on. He's just like, I'm interested in this.
my condolences that he saw that dub. I am interested in these cousins that are casually flirting with each other.
Oh no.
It's totally not a lesbian couple, they're cousins.
That's anyway.
Bad localization, which is topical considering the game we're looking at.
It kind of fits, yeah.
This is a room where you can grind for the Heaven Sword if you want to, even though the better version of the Heaven Sword is also in this castle.
Man, inverted clock tower, that sounds fun.
It is one of the more annoying parts of this, and it's one of the first parts you can choose. Also, because you have all the movement options, this is the non-linear part of the game, even though there's still an optimum order, of course.
Right, so I forget exactly how much we went into the difficulty thing, but like, yeah, you could kind of just go anywhere now, I think.
Yeah.
So it's like, kind of like a sequence break thing, except it's just like not really. They didn't really try to stop you. They just kind of went, yeah, you could just do whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, the world is your oyster. You still ultimately have to complete an objective to finish the game once and for all, but you can do it however you want. Just relax.
That also comes at a price of like not having good scaling difficulty. Like,
Oh god, yeah. It is all over the place.
like the game is not exactly hard if you know almost anything about it, really. But then it's just like, now you have all these bosses that you could find any order, and apparently they're not all that hard anyway.
There's one optional boss that's actually really challenging unless you know the cheese strat. But yeah.
Because I played this, but it was so long ago. And I remember having trouble with, like, the regular game, because I'm bad. But then, I remember the Inverted Castle, there was, like, maybe one or two bosses I had trouble with, and the rest of it I just kind of breezed through. Because, like, even me back then... What the fuck?
Yeah, she has a hammer item that only she can use. It cures your petrification.
Holy shit.
You never really see it happen because you're going to mash out long before she'll react. So you just see that all the time. Also, in this room in particular, I would totally have the sword familiar. Although I do kind of see some wisdom in not using the sword familiar because it can accidentally fuck up the gear puzzle you're doing.
It's like a cartoon bit where she tries to break you out of the stone, but you've already broken out of it, so she just hits you in the head with a giant hammer. You're just like, ow.
That would be funny if it just damaged you if you weren't petrified. I just wish she could use it as an attack.
Yeah. Because she doesn't really do anything, does she?
She supports.
Right,
She
yeah.
kind of just has sort of Nintendo/NES/Lucas's role in the other games, where it's a support character. And then in Smash, they have to just give them the other Psy moves that the other characters use.
I would call that unfair for Ness. I can't say anything for the others.
Usually the protagonist is just the support character, while they get in Smash they get like the offensive Psy moves from like Kumatora and Paula.
I mean, yeah, kinda, but I mean, Ness still had, like, his signature move, which was, like, I think the best move? Maybe second to, like, Starstorm, but picking hairs.
Well,
Here.
Starstorm was poos.
Exactly, yeah.
I love how I'm just basically confessing that I remember more about video games than I should. So, yeah, this is a fun room to get full map completion in.
Oh god.
Just casually and slowly fly around as a bat.
I'm sorry, what? There was a bow and arrow, and you picked it up, and it was magic missile?
I mean, they're referencing Tolkien. Why not reference Dungeons and Dragons while you're at it?
Yeah, but what is it?
It shoots an arrow across the screen. It's a disposable weapon.
Oh, okay.
Therefore, you're never going to really use it because they're not worth the hassle.
Unless it's the painting.
Yeah, if you have the duplicator, spam the painting because it's funny as shit. Oh, Valhalla Knight. That game was terrible.
I do kind of remember some of this where it's like, here's just a big empty space. Have fun collecting these map tiles, idiot.
It is especially egregious in the inverted castle. Oh, the first of our starting gear. Remember that stuff before Death took it?
This is what he wore into the castle?
Yes.
Wait, I assume he means he lowers the enemy defense, he doesn't lower his own.
Yeah, and by lowering enemy defense, it gives them +5 attack power, not actually lowers their defense.
I was gonna say, like, wouldn't it be easier just to give them more attack power, and that's what they did?
That's literally what they did.
Brilliant.
That would actually be interesting if it lowered their resistances. I bet that player probably just had the biggest sigh of relief upon checking the map screen just now. So I hope you like this song, by the way, because you're going to be hearing it for most of the video.
It sounds like it's coming through this emulator just perfectly, too.
I feel that's a really sadistic decision on the emulator's part. It knows.
Cruelty. There's just this big bouncing skulls.
Yep, and they mostly just exist to be obstacles, but if you manage to pick up a rare weapon known as the Mourn Blade, you could use them as a health farm.
Oh, because you can, like, steal health from them, but they don't die?
Yeah, Mourn Blade is a really rare weapon that drops really rarely from a very annoying enemy to kill, that when you hit somebody, you get a single soul steal hit in addition.
Huh.
It is considered one of the most broken weapons in the game, along with Kisei Grim and Shield Rod.
I'm glad we killed the skeleton of Guilty Gear's Jacko.
Man, that man's really doing some weird experimental shit to bring back Soul's Lady. I still love that a friend and I came to the conclusion that the story of Guilty Gear nowadays is basically The Room, where Soul is Johnny, that man is Mark, and Jacko is Lisa.
I just can't help but imagine Johnny as Johnny.
Okay, so first of all, this track is my favorite in the game.
Shmoo!
That is a comic character. The other three enemies that you'll run into, though, are the lion, the scarecrow, which is that fucked up impaled jumping guy, and eventually we'll run into the Tin Man. So the theme is the Wizard of Oz and also a random comic character. What is this player doing?
just like really struggling to get into this room.
I mean, to be fair, that is a pretty annoying enemy placement there.
I love the lion. It's a lion head in a suit of armor with a claw weapon. Like, that's a fighting game character.
Oh, well, I have my next Mugen project idea. I'm just kidding. But, yeah, this particular room is notable for having the best enemy drops in the game. Oh, hi, Tin Man, who looks like a Dalek in this game.
I love this enemy. It's pretty great.
So yeah, this is notable for having some of the best rare drops in the game. The Shmoos drop the Casegrim, which is the second most broken weapon next to the Shield Rod, combined with the Alucard Shield. Also, those lions, they drop the Fist of Tolkis, which is the strongest Kaistus in the game, punching weapon, that lets you do a Hadouken by doing the same motion as Hadouken, by the way.
Does it instantly kill bosses like Mega Man?
No.
I hate it.
In fact, some bosses are immune to it.
I love the upside down save room, by the way. You just save by standing in the same spot, but you know, just on the
Upside
swing.
down. I mean, have you tried sleeping upside down?
I want to ask, what does the library card do now?
Library card warps you to the upside and right side up castle's library.
And can you only get back to the upside down castle through, like, Dracula's room?
Yes.
Ooh, that's annoying.
Yep. So, and the scarecrows can drop the, what's that weapon? The Muramasa, I believe, which is Dark Metamorphosis, the sword. However, if you manage to grind in a room full of any enemy that bleeds, you have potentially the strongest pure damage weapon in the game. You'd still rather go for the damage per second of the Kisegrim.
What is the Casegrim again, like, kind of weapon is it?
It is a weird sort of sword that's kind of... It's kind of like a projectile. It almost like gives you a barrier of fucking death when you keep mashing the attack button.
Oh, I think I remember, yeah. It's like rapidly slashing in front of you.
Yeah, and it's really stupid if you happen to have two of them and you just alternate between the square and circle buttons rapidly. I use that extensively in... Oh, wow, we actually got to see a Dalek last long enough to do the machine gun attack.
Why is there just a Wizard of Oz theme in this area? That's so weird.
Why is there a Wizard of Oz theme, but then there's also Shmoo?
I don't know. There's probably some joke there. That's, what's-her-face? Dorothy. Almost said Alice.
I'd love to see a hack of this game that lets you play as the American McGee Alice. I wonder if this player is going to grind for one of the OP weapons in this, or they're just going to settle for what they get.
I don't know, they equipped the, a la carte stuff at some point, and then I don't really know why they did that.
They probably were going for the crit. Or to show it off, because this player is doing a good job of playing efficiently and showing this game off.
True. There was a weapon we picked up back there, and I don't remember what it was.
That's not a weapon, that's a gem.
No, it was, back behind the, bookshelf.
Oh. Oh, that's nothing worth noting. It's just stronger than... I guess the Cutlass was the last curved sword we picked up?
This game is still full of just weird, interesting things, though.
Yeah. Not lying, because you know how the PlayStation where you can just listen to the game's music by leaving the drive door open?
Oh, yeah.
I actually would use this as my study theme back in the day.
I think I did that to listen to the tracks in the Twisted Metal games.
Also, funny thing is, if you put the Symphony of the Night CD, it will play a track where Alucard's like, put this in a PlayStation.
This song has lyrics to it, right? Like, there's a version of it with singing?
There is a version with lyrics, yeah, but that was after this. Also, there's an unused remix of the song in Castlevania The Adventure Rebirth, which sounded pretty nice. Too bad we'll never get to hear the song in the game. In fact, we'll never get to see the game again. I mean, even if they're not going for Casegrim, they're gaining some experience, I see.
This is Lost Painting, right?
Yeah, Lost Painting.
This is a pretty good track.
I believe it's in Smash 2.
It is.
Because of course it is, because it's probably the best song next to Bloody Tears as far as Fist of Tulkas. You can
Oh,
Hadouken now. But yeah, this and Bloody Tears are like my top two in the game's history of soundtracks.
I'm all about Simon's theme from 4. That track is a banger.
Yes, I agree. One of the few things I like about 4.
Yeah, I played that one as a kid. Actually, I had someone's copy of it, and I didn't remember a whole lot from it other than the music. It's really good music.
Tried a lot of interesting things, but ultimately I feel like Bloodlines was the superior 16-bit Castlevania.
Oh, no doubt.
Although, because of the popularity of Super Nintendo, I'm pretty sure 4 is overall more remembered.
Oh, yeah.
So, sadly, I don't think the player is going to go for use the Fist of Tulkas, because that's a really fun weapon. I just love the fact that you can Hadouken.
They might. I don't know. They've done some pretty surprising things. Let's hope. Because that does
Also,
sound funny. I don't think I've actually seen that before.
I think that was like my first super weapon I've ever gotten in this game.
I'm hoping it actually uses a quarter circle motion.
It does.
If it used a pretzel, I think I'd lose my mind.
That's my next Mugen edit, Pretzel Ryu. So, here's... Interesting enough, they actually call this thing by its proper name, because the Frankenstein's monster never really had a name. Well, it kind of did, Adam. But for the most part, it's nameless, kind of. So yeah, calling it the creature's Also, that boss is nothing.
Well, yeah.
So, now we have one of Dracula's teeth.
If I remember correctly, I think the creature's name actually goes back and forth depending on the game. Meaning, like, probably... Maybe the translation, or maybe just...
It changes.
Yeah.
It is not consistent. So I guess this is the room where you grind for Ring of Varda once you finish the game.
Interesting death animation those guys have.
Yep. Well, we got the luck potion, not pill potion. Nova skeletons. These guys are a riot.
Oh,
They
yeah.
they are just as fragile as regular skeletons, but if that beam hits you, that is hundreds of points of damage.
Jesus Christ.
This is Deoxys Attack, the enemy.
Glass cannon skeletons, I love it.
And Monster Vial 3, which lets you summon a skeleton.
Beautiful. Oh, you can't hold up or whatever to go into a secret room?
No, not in this version. This castle.
If only. We're actually getting a surprise amount of use on the sub-weapon because they're so weak.
Yeah, so the shuttle is a sword you can just throw. I mean, I remember shuttles being a weapon that's designed to just curve around the opponent's shield. I don't remember them being boomerangs.
Brilliant. You know, Wiz looks so painful when he does that.
I'm interested in giving myself a concussion. Young master, you're going through these ice packs really fast. Also, these beams look ugly as shit in the Saturn version. Because the lack of transparency, so it's like a blue MS Paint line.
Ugh. It's back! These are like old enemies, aren't they? Or are they actually
The Oons are recycled. Oh, then there's the corpse weed, which sometimes rises up from an Oon. But yeah, the Oons are from Castlevania 4.
I just feel like we saw them earlier in this game, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
It's kind of
More
weird
iron.
how their enemies are, like, just kind of random. They don't have, like, a whole bunch of new ones.
Yeah, it's kind of a filler area, but it's like the climax of the game. I just love the notion of, even though, well, you needed the Jewel of Open to get here, like, to the inverted castle ultimately in the first place, but having the Jewel of Open just to get a meal ticket. And then we have... Oh, wait. Yeah, we already went over the Jacko Bones. They just throw stuff that bounces around. They are very disposable. You can even block their projectiles with a shield. Though for the Nova Skeletons, I strongly do not recommend you try to shield the laser.
Does a lot of chip damage.
No, it just hits you.
It's an unblockable.
Yeah. God, imagine if the final boss of Samurai Showdown 2019 did that on the round start laser. Okay, these guys are the most powerful common enemies in the game. They also give you a shit ton of experience.
Oh, okay.
Also, they oh, the Ernest Evans is back.
Blade!
They can drop... What's interesting is their drops are technically good, but usually at the point in the game where you can just casually farm them, they're not good enough. They dropped God's Garb, which has the highest constant physical defense in the game. Walk Armor has the potential to have more physical defense. So, probably by the time you can farm them, your Walk Armor is going to be stronger than God's Guard.
Oops.
Also, they can drop their sword, which has nice base power, but not only is it a two-handed weapon, but it doesn't have any special effects or anything.
Oh. I always hate that whenever you have, like, a game with one- and two-handers, and the two-handers are just... Yeah, I mean, it's not worth having because, you know, the offhand stuff is so good. Like, if you're gonna limit it to just the weapon in a two-hander, you gotta make it, like, fucking hit people.
Yeah. Getting some pretty good usage out of the Sailor Moon Rod.
Yeah. I was admiring just, like, they didn't need to have these elaborate death animations for these enemies, but, man, they went all out.
Yeah, this game, they must have had the time of their life making this game. So, the Catalapis can turn you into stone with that stone breath. Also, they have a rare chance of dropping a sword that can turn certain enemies into stone.
Well, you called them something that they're not called in this game. I think it was just Gorgon.
Oh, right. Later games, they're like, oh, right, these things are we got the wrong mythological monster. Gorgons have snake hair, and Catalapuses are that thing.
I mean, they do petrify people, so I'll give them that, but...
Thanks for the correction there.
I'll be honest, I kind of blanked on that. I was like, well, yeah, Gorgons petrify people. Wait a minute, something about that seems wrong. Oh yeah, they're like Medusas.
I mean, this is the same game where they mixed up Malachi and Cthulhu.
Right.
The thing that obviously has tentacles on its face. No, that's the Malachi. And the winged demon is Cthulhu. Okay, that takes a lot of guts to subtract your defense by 24 before fighting a guardian.
Not
Then
when you
again,
don't have to get anywhere near them.
yeah, we have the zoning. So I hope Reaper gets this move.
I think of what fighting game move that reminds me of.
Jeddah, if he was on absolute crack.
Yeah, Dio Sega EX.
Are they just grinding? I must get the God's Garb. It's the second highest defense in the game.
Might have been just waiting for the time, I guess.
That's right. You still have to do that even in the Upside Down Castle.
Oh, that's how you leave.
So, you loving this song yet?
It's not bad.
So, Azaghal, that's the one that drops the Mourn Blade. They are a pain in the ass to actually kill because you have to hit them by the handle of the sword.
They seem to be pretty good on defense, too.
Yeah. But if you're lucky, you basically get to health farm off of everything. Oh, I really thought they were going to try to Hadouken it.
Oh my god, we have so many items.
Yeah, I hate how cluttered the inventory gets.
It's so much worse, too, because of that weird thing they did with the, like, healing items and stuff. Like, consumables are also, you have to put them in your hand, so everything is in one place.
I usually do not bother with these enemies. They're just... Especially when they're no-clipping through walls, it's just... ugh.
It does seem like they're trying to fill out the bestiary, which is odd considering what you mentioned about the missing Mudman, so...
Yeah, they can't!
Unless there's something we don't know.
Use the Sword Brother glitch to find an unused room where a Mudman is. So... This is... Oh, the Ghost Dancer hit its name.
That's Ghost Dancer.
Man, the localization's even worse than I thought.
Ow.
It doesn't help that that thing hurts you like a truck. No wonder the weapon they drop is so broken. So, in the inverted castle, Minotaur and Werewolf are instead the common enemies.
Oh yeah, Werewolf is like a boss. Like in another game.
In several games.
Actually, no, they were a boss here, weren't they?
Yeah, they were a boss in the regular version of this area.
That's right.
Also, here's this unnerving track that is only in this part. Well, actually, no, not just this part. There's one more part that has it.
Yeah, as soon as you come over here, we're gonna hit you with these weapons. They seem to not care about time stop.
Much to this player's dismay. My favorite episode of Sailor Moon was when she fought a bunch of werebeasts. I always found the Minotaur's death animation weird. It's like it's bowing and then falling, doing a proper bow as it falls over. Oh look, the cow skull.
What the? Forgot about this. There's just a thing. Oh, this place is Texas now.
You get a lot of werewolves where you work.
No, but we do have wolves, so... And there's bulls. So yeah, this is Texas. And,
what about the bone dragons? Where do those fit in the Texas ecosystem?
Those are like really big snakes, I guess. You know? Nice one, Alucard.
I'm just imagining the fairy being like, what an excellent strategy. Oh.
There's something funny about what you're doing.
Can't you see? I'm perfectly aware of what I'm doing. Ow.
This voice doing the Goldman speech.
Can't you see? I'm perfectly aware of what I'm doing. I'm doing what I'm interested in.
What is Richter like one of the player characters? Is that all you have to say?
I won't let you have it your own way anymore.
Buffalo Star?
I don't know.
It was just like a shuriken, wasn't it?
Yes, it's a windmill shuriken, but it's the Buffalo Star. I don't know.
Alright.
You know something's weird when even I'm stumped.
Graham.
Yes, we now can proceed through King's Quest.
Actually surprised we haven't found that already. It seems like a pretty common one. This thing is really kicking our ass.
Oh, shit! Man, that Ring of Ares defense loss is kind of a difference maker.
Actually didn't catch the name of this thing.
The Bone Dragon?
Is that what it is? Okay. Because I know there's like...
Probably.
There's like, I think a version of it called like... Quetzalcoatl or something like that?
Those are in the upside down, the inverted entrance,
Ah.
which also have people riding them. As we'll see, probably, because they're going for map completion. The boss of this area is something special, by the way. We're going to see that soon.
It's me again. And my brother.
By the way, Graham's nothing really special. It's just a strong sword.
I figured as much.
It's like, yeah, we're at a point where we get all this weird, funny shit as rare drops, so then whenever you see a weapon that just says high stats, it's like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah. It's like, sure,
they're
it
trying
hits
to go-
hard, but it doesn't do anything fun.
Trying to go for that secret room.
Trying hard to dropkick it for some reason. Fury Blade! So what does the Fury Blade do?
I'm trying to remember what its description is. Oh, yeah.
The question is, does it actually do that?
So a plus 13% defense boost and a plus 1 attack boost.
It's pretty minor.
Oh, that's its base edition. But when you take damage, it temporarily gives you a plus 20% defense buff.
Ah, that's better.
Also, you still get that plus 1 attack bonus. I mean, I guess it is a furious plate. Oh, the lightning gun. Oh, they're actually forsaking the lightning gun.
We don't need that.
Are they really gonna leave this without fighting the bosses?
Haha, fooled you, ARPA.
This player is playing psychological warfare with me. They knew I was gonna comment on this.
I think the Minotaur is just turning into bones when it dies.
Yeah, it's decomposing, but also the pose that it's making. Like, it looks like it's doing a proper bow as its skeleton is falling over.
Yeah, it does have a weird sort of posture to it. Just, stab.
Why can't I stab mist? Okay, this boss.
Oh. Oh,
So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah!
these skeletons are fucking pricks and decided to take the form of Alucard's allies.
Fake Grant.
Fake Sypha and fake Trevor. Now, go for Sypha first. She is, like, the main threat. And also, if you go for Trevor first, she will resurrect Trevor as a zombie.
Oh. Your voice, too.
I suppose it's better than the Japanese voice where she's constantly going, oh.
It seems like she's the main boss, because Grant just died in a second.
Yeah, Grant's nothing. So yeah, the player did the order correctly. Always go for Sypha first. Grant is just going to accidentally die in the process.
I'm actually interested in what he looks like as a zombie, but... Because that's an amazing concept.
Yeah, the Trevor zombie. Basically, he stops using weapons and he just shambles towards you.
Ah.
I think. Also, if the fight went on longer, you'd get to see like the mutated the unholy version of Trevor's sub-weapons, like the bone cross that leaves a trail of blood.
It's so sad because, like, they very clearly put so much effort into all this stuff, but then, like, it's so unbalanced that you can kind of just cheese it. By using all the cool tools they give you, you could kind of render a lot of the game pointless.
Hi, Malachi. Bye, Malachi. You're not Cthulhu, you're Malachi.
Oh, that's what Ghost Dancer does, huh?
Yeah, it angle draws at you.
The leaping skeleton.
I mean, angle draw, that's my favorite dance. I'm surprised they didn't go for the teleporter room just to have it accessible.
That is weird.
Yeah, the spikes, as usual, will take off percentage of your life. Unless you're wearing that anti-spike armor. So yeah, they knew Karasu Man was a joke, so they made him a common enemy now.
I do like that. It's like, you're so powerful now that we're just gonna make this boss an enemy.
I do like...
You don't have to change any stats or anything, it's just...
I like that cliche, yeah. Oh god, the sound design for this boss.
Oh no, this is something else. It's a stinky mummy.
So that's the stinky Hadouken. Cartoon sound.
He's got a stretchy punch, but he's like
with a
pathetic.
A stretchy punch with a Hanna-Barbera sound effect. Also, if you let him grab you, he has a hilarious throw.
What's it?
He spins you around and then throws you against a wall.
Oh my god.
He basically has Gyra's command grab.
I can't not picture it as a Knockerus. He just, like, grabs you with this, like, portal hands and then just starts swinging you around in wraps.
Man, if only this boss told you that was the worst strategy ever. Get a guidebook.
He says that while losing. I'm gonna put that guy on scrub quotes.
No shuriken left behind.
Not a buffalo star this time.
How the fuck do you get Buffalo Star out of Windmill Shuriken?
Hi, Medusa head. Bye, Medusa head.
Nice graze. Imagine going outside one day and you just see the moon near the floor instead of the sky.
Ugh.
So,
Oh.
the other armor, the other part of our starting gear, Alucard Mail. It has the third highest physical defense in the game and gives you resistance to ice, electric, and fire. So in most situations, it's the best armor.
I remember there being, like, an electric boss at some point.
Yeah, Garamoth, it's in this castle.
If I remember correctly, I think I had some armor that resisted electricity and it just made it a joke.
There's a circlet that turns its electricity into healing.
Oh, that's what it was, yeah.
And then there's the fact that his base has no poise, so you can stun lock him if you can get up to a platform and lure him face first into you.
It's a good way to describe being able to stun lock somebody. They have no poise.
Being a Dark Souls player does that to you.
Ah.
So, Flying Zombie.
Whoa.
Also, that's the shield rod. Depending on what shield you have equipped, you can do various spells with it.
Oh,
and
that's the Gradius reference.
Yeah. It absorbs lesser projectiles. Hey, there's Cthulhu.
There he is. As Cthulhu
Except,
is.
I just noticed they spelled Cthulhu's name wrong.
Of course.
Cthulhu.
So Flying Zombie is flying because it does the innocuous thing of detaching, and then its, like, body parts are just, like, moving separately.
Also, they make really funny noises as they get hit.
I'm hearing that.
I like that the upper torso drips blood. That's a nice detail.
It's a gross enemy. It doesn't look like it's particularly good.
Nah, it exists just because.
I do remember hearing, at least whenever I was playing, that the shield rod was touted as being just, like, the best thing.
Oh, wait till you get the Alucard shield.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna assume that's probably going to be the player's, like, ultimate weapon.
There's a bark button. Nice.
The bark is also an attack.
Oh.
It's like, I guess they just get reverse bitten by it? Imagine biting somebody by opening your mouth.
I think he's just barking so loudly that it hurts their ears.
They have to be next to him.
Yeah, it's not a sound that carries, but it is really loud.
I would be freaking out so hard just to see, like, the moon near the ground when I look up at the sky.
And then remember Iori.
I like the Neo Geo Pocket version of that quote. Remember me when I knock you into orbit. Because, yeah, the Neo Geo Pocket KOF games, they just have, like, text versions of their intros and win speeches, but they're also parodies of them.
I love it. Oh yeah, they gotta have a little platform to raise you up to the teleporter because it's on the ceiling now.
Kind of cute, honestly. I like how out of place the platform looks. Like, they just scribbled that in real quick.
I mean, I kind of appreciate it in the sense that I would hate to miss that. Be like, how do I get in this damn thing?
Also, speaking of portable gaming, the Gamecom was going to have a port of this before they realized that the Gamecom was a losing effort.
I cannot even imagine that. Jesus.
Nice. I imagined it would play like the Tiger handheld version of this.
Jesus Christ. I went from not knowing what Gamecom was to that, like, Sonic 2 video we did. And just like, what is this utter disaster? And that was, like, optimal, too, because it has, like, ghosting problems and, like, you can barely see it if you're, like, outside. Like, oh, Christ.
So much ambition, so much not knowing what the fuck they're doing.
The damn music just...
Now here's a song I don't mind hearing a lot.
Hell yeah.
It doesn't even work as a D&D reference because it doesn't have any homing properties.
Yeah.
I like that they equipped the anti-poison circlet just for these annoying balloon enemies. Also, the Panther from Castlevania 1's back, and it's got a lot of interesting new effect animations.
What the hell? It's a liquid.
This enemy... Yeah, this enemy's a trip. It's kind of like the... I like how shadows are sometimes just portrayed as liquid.
That's great.
Like, Basra does that in the latest Samurai Showdown game.
Ah.
Where it's like, yeah, his level 3 is like, shadow suddenly just explodes into a black fountain that knocks you in the air. And then he proceeds to do the rest of his super.
I like it just sometimes the Panther just leaves. Also,
Oh
here's
god.
Medusa with an ass.
Oh, I can't wait for her death quote.
It sounds like a high-tech laser.
I always found it ironic that Medusa's whole thing is like, she's so ugly it turns people into stone. I could not interrupt that one, I'm sorry. That is too great of a death scream. But yeah, it's like, she's supposed to be like so ugly she turns people into stone just by looking at her, but it's like, she's the most fetish-sized mythical creature ever.
Yeah.
Man, that Medusa boss would have been better if her sound design was just, yeah!
Yeah, but then she would have, like, a one-move infinite.
Yeah, she would have like 80 touch of deaths. Talwar. It's a sword that's slightly stronger than whatever regular boring sword you're not using, I guess.
Boo. Armor.
You don't have to kill everybody.
Oh, there's a map tile. We missed a map tile.
Oh. I thought this player just really hates panthers.
It's a really tricky enemy to kill, it looks like.
It is. Basically, you have to chase it to where it's going to spawn, then hit it.
Wait, do we heal from the balloon pod now?
Yeah, because we're wearing the topaz circlet, which turns poison damage into healing.
Nice.
I get the feeling that the Basra and Alucard matchup wouldn't be very good.
Alucard has a full-screen nuke. Basra has made of tissue paper, so, anytime you get near him, he just backdashes to the other side of the screen.
Okay, here's the Sniper of Goth, the only normal holy enemy.
Super weird.
I think in later games they give him this really hard to pronounce name, a Maloric Sniper or something. Twilight Cloak, that's another part of our starting equipment. It is the best cape in the game.
Oh yeah, it has like a gradient effect too, I think.
Yeah, it has a kind of a flashing effect, sort of.
Yeah, it's like a pulsing color. Oh,
Yeah.
these things, yeah.
Also, speaking of capes, this one of the Saturn exclusive capes is one that is constantly changing colors.
Duh.
I wish they brought that back in the PSP version because that was actually kind of cool. Don't worry, it's like a slow, gradual effect and not like seizure procedure.
I was just imagining like seizure flashing.
Nah, they left the seizures behind in Castlevania 4. With that one fucking golem death.
Oh, Christ.
Death with like the boss room in general, where it's just constantly flashing red to convey it's on fire.
Yeesh.
Oh, those imps are a pain in the ass, as the name would suggest. If they manage to get their spear up at your head, you'll just be standing there constantly mashing the attack button against your will.
Oh yeah, they appear a couple of times, don't they?
Yep. And I think they're in like every Metroidvania Castlevania game.
Oh, they appear a lot.
Yep. Just to piss you off that much.
It's a weird thing where they're like, they actively frustrate the player character to the point where they just start attacking like mad.
I guess I'd be kind of annoyed too if somebody was like pointing a spear at my head.
Don't know if I'd be annoyed, but then again, I'm not this guy, so I don't know.
I'm not interested in this. So here we have these archers on a weird sort of stair machine.
Oh god.
Yeah, we need a machine to help us traverse this terrible upside down staircase.
What's even the lore explanation for this upside down castle? Because, like, if they've built these machines for it, then clearly it must, like, be a thing that they're used to.
Yeah, their arrows kind of hurt. Don't get hit by them. That's all I can say about these enemies, aside from their bizarre contraption. Also, apparently they've been trading fashion tips with Face from Battle Fantasia.
Alucard suffers from one thing, like not being able to go diagonally.
Now, Zircon is a gem that nah, just kidding.
It's a gem that you wield. Zircon is one of the best items because it allows you to make the librarian laugh.
You can get infinite of them if you do the Sword Brothers glitch. How many Zircons would you like to sell me? Hexadecimal.
E5. What? Thank you?
I'm interested in discrete mathematics. So, as soon as we exit this menu, are you ready for your favorite song?
Uh-oh. I'm ready for the Hadouken. I don't think we're gonna see it.
I feel like the player's taking their time in this menu because they know the moment they leave that menu, that song's gonna happen again.
Oh, jeez. At least there's some sorting. That I appreciate that. But it is also really funny. This player just genuinely couldn't find the damn weapon they were looking for.
Then there's this boss.
Yeah, I remember this one. Big old ragdoll man.
Definitely one of the more grotesque enemies in Castlevania history.
Oh, there are maggots too. Nice.
Yep, and they poison you.
Not that it's a challenge or anything, but you know.
No, not really.
Looking.
And it's slightly inconvenient to fight because you have to keep going up higher and higher.
Yeah. I like it, like, we have this big ass boss room, so I'll just make a really big boss to fill it with.
So, Ring of Arcana increases your chance of, when you just get an item drop from an enemy, it increases the chance that it'll be a rare item.
Huh.
Just what we need in the hallway, the gremlins.
I keep thinking this player is, like, trying to do the death skip, but forgets where death is. Because they're just like, I'll just enter and leave a room. Wait, hold on.
Player must be
Alucard,
working.
What are you fucking doing?
Alucard, that is... You've taken 17 concussions just to reach me. What the fuck?
I'm interested in this. What? Huh?
I love this sword.
The fuck? What was this now?
The Sword of Dawn. It lets us summon skeleton friends.
Oh, right. I was expecting, like, a guy. I wasn't expecting that.
You get an entire adventuring party.
Is that, like, a really hard-to-see bug? What's going on there?
It's a evil butterfly thing that does dark damage and has a invisibility thing going on.
Kyle.
Because we're on PlayStation, we can have transparent effects.
Has a pun name, too.
I'm pretty sure that is going to be like an enemy name in Sorcerer Stories.
I'm surprised... I'm not surprised. We haven't gotten a lot of use out of the ashes, I think it was?
Yeah, I think they suck.
We've shown off almost everything, but the ashes, like, we get the one use, and it's like, yeah, we're never seeing that again. Because, I mean, look at it.
Why use that when you have holy water, exactly?
Because it's funny. Not useful, but funny.
I suppose so.
Really don't know which map tile to go to next. That's one way to deal with a gremlin, jeez. Fuck that guy in particular.
Just imagine the fairy familiar gonna be like, how are we gonna deal with these little fireball bleeding demons? Alucard just holds up this sword. Just all that happens.
It's over, gremlin.
They're gonna try to double shield for a moment.
We're becoming Alucard again, I guess. No, it's actual Alucard mail. Hold on.
Oh, they're trying to get a rare drop. You're not Alucard, you're Alucard.
I must become a fake.
Alucard drops in a room full of demons. I'm Alucard! Oh wow, they already got a drop. There's another thing they can drop. It's like a rainbow knife with a really fast attack rate.
These attacks are wild. What the hell?
This demon sprite has always just stood out in a weird way to me.
Is that the attack it did, and also the laser sound that the other guy did?
Interesting that it like creates a hole in the map that the fire effects are just filling up.
I do not remember this enemy. That's a weird one.
Yeah, like no, like it just created a hole in the map, and then you could just see the fire inside. Oh, he got the Mersil.
What's that?
It is a strong fire. It is a rare and strong fire sword.
Ah.
Oh, I think the best drop you can get in this is the rainbow knife.
Rainbow knife?
Which I forgot what it's called, but it's like a knife that leaves a rainbow trail and has a very fast attack rate.
Whoa!
Also, it does that.
Holy shit! Fucking, it sounds like a shotgun going off when you, like, swing it.
I think you, as cool as that is, you'll get more DPS from the knife, but that's still just really cool.
That's a wall, Alucard. How did you steal its soul?
Remember, the castle's technically a living creature.
Oh, yeah. Damn, they have an explanation for everything.
Okay, we got the katana. It's a two-handed sword.
The katana?
That's technically how katana is pronounced.
What is that shit?
I think it has, like,
means Japanese sword.
Yeah, like when we get the katana swords. Yeah, somebody kind of gave me shit in the Dead Rising 2 watch for saying katana.
I love this attack, though. It just explodes.
It's definitely a cool attack.
Players seem to like it, too, because they really went out of their way to get it.
Yeah! They fucking just put together the farm set for it. Grabbing potions, not pills. Can we get the Left 4 Dead voice actors to, like, make a mod for that?
Grabbing potions.
Grabbing some potions. Also, while we're at it, just mod Left 4 Dead to have this sword in it. I mean, that game always needed crowd control.
That's one way to improve melee combat. You have, like, incendiary ammo. How about incendiary melee weapons?
It'll certainly fix that spiritual successor that launched as a disaster.
I don't know if it launched as a disaster as much as it just was one.
Yeah, I don't think they're ever gonna salvage that. Quick, get another of these swords.
God, dual wield.
There's only a couple weapons that have like a dual wield special attack. I wish there was more.
Can you dual wield?
Yeah, you can dual wield.
Oh, I guess
Granted,
you just have, like, just different buttons do different weapons.
Yeah, the best weapon to dual wield is obviously the Kisagrim because you just mash square and O constantly. And everything's dead in the blink of an eye.
Oh, does it, like, alternate automatically?
No, but it's fast enough to feel like it.
Fair.
I don't blame the Cthulhus for running away from the sword either. I hope you like the song.
I don't.
We're gonna be hearing this in our dreams tonight.
Feels like a poor decision on their part.
I wonder how much more it would have been to ask the composer to do a couple more songs.
I'm surprised they didn't just use, like, the regular music in these areas.
I mean, even the Skullgirls people were able to get this composer.
Yeah.
I mean, it couldn't be that much more for a few more tracks. Oh, more farming. Are they gonna get the Rune Sword?
Maybe the composer was just really proud of that track. I want to hear it everywhere.
I wonder if there's like an interview with the composer, if she explains why this track is so overused. Problem is, I have to remember what this track's name is. I just remember it as this fucking song won't fucking stop. Forget farming.
I kind of blinked. What was that item that was just like a red, green, and blue ball?
I don't remember.
Like, it happened, and I just didn't even register that, like, what it was.
I don't think it's that useful, honestly. Oh, here's the dodo bird. All they do is run away from you. They have a very rare chance of dropping the Rune Sword, which is an upgraded version of the Heaven Sword. It leaves behind a trail that has the word verboten written in the trail, which is German for forbidden.
Wow. Also, there's a Dragon Rider.
Yep. If you kill the thing first, then the Quetzalcoatl will actually fight alongside you for the remainder of your visit in the room.
What?
Yeah, it appreciates being freed. Also, even in this, you have to do the really convoluted way of opening that room down, well, now up there.
Barrel circle it.
You're going to barrel circle it, I think, is the cat damage one. Oh, it's the electric damage one.
Oh. I love sealing water.
You also need to use the wolf's swimming ability for those map tiles to count. It is extremely stupid. Also, Venus Weed.
Blue Venus Weed.
They're always in rooms that suck for them to be in.
I love it just like, yeah, we made a recolor. It's named after the color we made it. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, this is basically just an extra. But it's the climax of the game.
Fire boomerang.
Okay, the red, blue, and green circles are the talisman. They have a random chance of absorbing the damage you take.
Oh.
Which is also controlled by luck.
Interesting.
Oh, the Terminus Est. It's a poison sword. It deals some pretty good damage against enemies that are vulnerable to poison. Also, there's a boss that uses that against you in this castle. Which will, of course, poison you, and you don't want that.
Oh, fuck that. Because that ruins your stats?
Yes.
So is that what it actually does to other enemies, or does it actually do DPS, or damage over time?
I think it's just more damage.
Wow. Hey!
See, now it's helping us.
Oh, Lord Rider. Oh, that one didn't help us.
Now we have two friends.
Oh my god. Hit a guy, an enemy that helps you just for one room, just because they're silly.
I mean, you gotta show your appreciation for being freed from a fleaman somehow.
Nobody likes Fleeman.
It would be great if the wargs would also appreciate your rescue. You could just have like this fucking petting zoo following you through the whole room. They had to get psyched for this.
This game has a lot of, like, inputs. No, it's the right word. It's like just a lot of different things you can do. So I imagine some of it can be confusing sometimes.
I was really hoping it would drop the Rune Sword. I really want people to see that weapon. But it's really rare, and also these enemies just constantly run away.
What does it do then?
I think I said it earlier. It flies like it's a throwing sword, sort of. And as it's flying out and striking, it leaves behind a rainbow trail, and inside the trail is the word verboten.
Oh, that one. Yeah. There's a lot going on in this game, yes.
Why is the player using a katana? Yeah, it has a mini Kisagrim special. Oh, I think they were trying to reach the enemy through the wall.
I would have tried the explosion first, but I mean, hey.
I agree. In fact, for everything, I just try the explosion.
I think explosions seem to work for a lot of things.
Except maybe fire-resist enemies, which we'll be running into eventually. Oh, we're in a room where we can hear that song.
Oh.
3, 2, 1.
Can you ride the elevator?
I think you can.
Great.
You know, for a joke update for Battle Craze, you should just have half the stages have one song.
I was gonna say, the new Necro stage is just upside down.
Have the Coliseum stage with all those character cameos upside down. They're just casually standing there upside down. The Dough Baby holding on to Nashbert for dear life while he's still just with his arms crossed and tapping his toes. Making that face unflinching while he's suspended by breaking physics.
It's the same exact sprite, but his eyes are a little wider. He's just like, this is slightly, disconcerting, I don't know.
Improbable alert.
was actually trying to think of a stage with a ceiling, and I was like, I think Sherm stage. Let's make that one upside down.
In fact, that's just the world through the eyes of Sherm.
Someone put his eyeballs in backwards, or...
Look, when you take silver, you never fully recover. What would happen to Wallace's stage? What would that skull moon look like upside down?
I think you'd have to be on the moon. You just see the castle way off in the distance.
I mean, that would be the inverted castle at that point.
It's true. There's a VLO plot twist where it's been on the moon the whole time. Fucking talking about?
Battle craze, apparently.
I was gonna say the last area with all the, like, spike traps. Remember that place being a pain in the ass?
It is. Basically constantly jump the area.
Thanks. Honey.
Even though we already have infinite money.
I guess since we're doing this video, shoutouts to that discovery that I forget if that was Janice that posted it. There was a Hotel Transylvania game that's just a Metroidvania.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it was made by like WayForward.
That means there's a very real possibility that it could be a good game.
Yeah, I think it's apparently looks alright. Yeah.
I am going to hit up my local game store next week and try to find it. I am curious. I mean, WayForward managed to make a good-ass Metroidvania out of that fucking Mummy movie that'll only be remembered for the botched upload of its trailer. Unfortunately, that game does have sound effects and music. There's also that Aliens Metroidvania that they did, which is kind of expensive, which is why I don't own it yet.
So, they're just like the Metroidvania people?
Apparently.
Alright.
Licensed Metroidvania people.
I think they're most known for a Metroidvania, if I'm not mistaken, so why not, I guess.
I mean, I guess Shantae could be sort of considered one, in a way.
That's, yeah.
Weird way.
And I know at least one of the later ones that I saw was... Can't say if those series has been, because I don't know basically anything about it.
Funny thing is, they would touch a Konami property, but it's Silent Hill, and it's not a Metroidvania, it's a fucking Diablo that's really bad.
Oof. They made that, huh?
Yeah.
Oof. How do you make a Silent Hill Diablo game? What the fuck is that?
I don't know. The PlayStation Vita's fucking weird. Like, this console had so much potential for, like, good games on it. It's like, no, let's just make stupid shit.
I don't know anything that's on the Vita. Like, that was a thing that just passed me by. I'm not going to say I'm ashamed of having one. I'm proud of mine because it's a portable platform where I can play this game, Resident Evil 2, and Samurai Showdown 5 Special all in the same thing. I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, the old games that you can play on it are kind of the highlight. But as for, like, Vita games, you have Persona 4 Golden, Dragon's Crown, Dynasty Warriors Next. I'm grasping at straws here.
I mean, Dragon's Crown is, like, fun to play.
It is, and it's kind of works very well on a portable.
Yeah, I can imagine that. I was actually really curious why there weren't, like, more ports of that game.
Also, it has a interesting port of Mortal Kombat 9. Like, Yeah, major graphical downgrade, but there's a lot of like added content to it. There's a whole nother tower that does interesting shit. Like, it has you play as Tremor, which is just a ninja recolor with Jax's moves, but still.
I've hit my head enough. I better change my armor.
It's not enough that I've been hitting my head against stone. Now I'm hitting my head against ice.
Didn't really notice this until now, or at least consciously make note of it. Like, the item icon in the bottom left is like really stretched out and looks weird. Oh, hi, Doppelganger.
Oh, we could poison him, that's right. He can be hit by status ailments.
I thought we fought the second Doppelganger where we fought the first one. I didn't... Oh no, that was where we fought Creature.
No, that was the creature.
Yeah, that's right.
So, Marble War. Congratulations, you turned this into a... Oh, what was that system called again?
I was thinking it was like the Toho fighter.
You turned this into a Spectrum game.
ZX Spectrum Wars.
I'm glad the PSP version fixed the slowdown for the life up appearing, because they just throw out all these fucking particles.
Yeah, better though to them replacing or like making it like a life up, but also using it as a reference to the old like in-level orb thing that you collected.
Indeed. It's especially funny when this happens in Richter mode.
Oh wait, why?
Yeah, killing bosses gives you a life up in Richter mode.
Oh,
Just
right.
like Ellicott. Because that's the only way to heal in that mode.
Ah.
And in the Maria mode, in the Saturn version, she can just heal as like a magic attack.
Oh, this weird-ass room.
This is where you grind the Muramasa. Also, these enemy sprites are so weird. It just looks like another team did those sprites.
It's also, it's Dark Octopus. Oh my god, they're like flippy they're like super goofy looking.
They kind of remind me of the gibbering Mouther from Dungeons and Dragons, which, for all I know, that's probably an intentional reference to that. Dark Blade, I'm so glad we can use that against... Oh, we already passed the enemies that are weak to that.
Oops. Wow. You can go fight the Sniper of Goth.
We can fight Richter with... Oh. I mean, if I have this, then maybe Maria will... Oh, she's not even in this version of the game.
Maria, come over here. I need to see if the sword's any good against killing you.
And since they constantly respawn in room, you can see why that is the one point where you can grind Muramasa. If you wanted to.
This game.
I mean, an upside-down ice room is theoretically possible.
True.
So yeah, have fun turning into the wolf to get all the tiles. Map squares. Also, I love the notion of using an exploding fire sword in this room.
We haven't used like a consumable at all, have we?
Not worth the effort. Yeah, see, we have to turn into the wolf just to get the map square.
Why can't you just like, you just can't swim up?
It doesn't count it. You have to use the skill of the wolf to swim up.
Because it's reducing his height. What the fuck?
This game is stupid. I still love it.
Oh my god. That is some fucking jank. That is some classic jank.
Oh, he got hit by the tongue. Hold my tongue, darling.
Did they not test it? To be like, hey, this sucks. Oh my god.
This game doesn't have enough challenge. Well, then do this.
Wow.
I hate this so much.
And of course they have the trolls in this room.
I mean, very fitting.
It's...
I love this game to death. This part fucking sucks. And this is why, once I get my 206% completion, I never do it again.
This is like, this has to be intentional bad design. Because, like, unless you just straight up did not test it.
It could be either or.
Yeah, considering it's, you said 206%?
Yes.
What is even, where's that metric even coming from?
It's the number of map squares in this room. And the game. Although it certainly feels like there's 206 rooms in this game.
Wait, so it's percentage, but it doesn't actually count percent, it's literally just the number of rooms?
No, it's percent.
Oh.
I'm just saying, it feels like there's 200 rooms in this.
But, oh my god, so...
It is percent, but there's 2 castles. Also, there's still a little more than 100%.
But, okay, so I get 200, that's fine. Why the 6? Did they just not account for everything right?
There's slightly more space in one of the castles than the other.
Oh my god. What a
Or you
fucking
could
game.
or you could just say that Scott Steiner wrote it. I'm pretty sure we made that joke in the last video, but it's too good.
He's doing upside down math.
What's funny is the math starts out right in that promo, and then eventually he just starts losing control. The real problem is the fact that he used just basic odds to calculate a wrestling match, which outside of kayfabe should be like an actual competition, not just probability.
Okay, 2 questions. One, was there just a fish that was upside down and one that wasn't?
Yes.
2, we just passed Rock Knight.
Go. We have Rock Knight. You can hit the rock in his hands to make it explode and rain on him. And kill him with his own rock.
Brilliant.
And then the Venus Weeds. The Venus Weed and Rock Knight combo, if it weren't for this fire sword, would be really fucking annoying.
But we have the power of explosions.
I wish I had the power of explosions. It would make work so much easier.
He does seem to be able to explode things underwater too, which is pretty cool.
Do you really think they're going to be that detailed, even though this game is insanely detailed?
Yes. I would believe that.
You get a bubble explosion instead, it's harmless. They just wanted a bubble animation. I really hope that this player beats Shaft and Dracula with those explosions. It says a lot about how many weird weapons are in this part of the game, where I can't even remember all of them perfectly. So...
That looked annoying.
It is. You have a current and it's upside down. Great, huh? And all of it for a disposable weapon that's not worth the hassle of using.
I like the solution was backdash though, because of course it was.
Why don't people just run? We worked so hard on this walk cycle.
Oh.
I'm not even gonna bother pronouncing that.
Anything interesting?
It is a better version of the katana. I think that might be the one that also decreases your defense, but increases your strength. Yeah, you get a plus 50 attack bonus, which is really high, but a minus 10 defense bonus penalty. Also, it has the, like the katana, it has the midi Kisagrim attack.
Nice. Sounds like my kind of weapon.
It's two-handed.
Well, I don't know how to defend. I can never block in fighting games, so perfect.
I know. Meanwhile, I'm the one who blocks all the time in fighting games.
I know.
How does it feel playtesting against Kung Fu Man's AI? Alright, Alucard Shield plus Shield Rod. Yeah, you can just Starman whenever the fuck you want now.
What?
So the shield spell for Shield Rod and Alucard Shield, you're invincible. Also, everyone that touches you takes damage. Also, you get hearts with each hit. Also, you gain 8 HP with each hit.
Wow.
This is why it's the most broken weapon in the game. And the player's doing it right now. And it lasts forever.
Oh. It works on candles?
Yep, anything that can be hit. You can even use it to farm off of those indestructible skulls.
How obvious is it to use the shield rod in this way?
Well, you would have to, like, learn somehow that you just hold the shield and press attack twice. As long as you hold the shield, you have Starman.
Ah.
Welcome to the rest of this playthrough, I imagine.
I'm gonna miss the fire sword.
They could have made this more interesting by having the shield explode when it makes contact with something. I was gonna say you should have a Battle Craze character that constantly explodes, but that's Jane Bane.
Yeah.
I hope Hotel Transylvania's Metroidvania has an exploding sword.
I thought you were gonna say I hope it has Jane Bane in it.
Why not both?
It has an exploding Jane Bane as a weapon.
Yeah, it's a pretty large weapon too, given her height.
It's really long, yeah.
You just grab her by the legs and hold her above your head and explodes.
I want her to do her standing SP, but she swings herself.
Look at Hotel Transylvania. I am not going to rest until I play that. I'm also going to get so good at it that I know about as much about that game as I do this one. We're going to MIC watch it, and you're going to be like, Arpa, why the fuck do you know this much about a dumb licensed game based off of shitty series of movies for kids?
I want to see Adam Sandler wielding exploding sword. That's why.
You can't play this game, it sucks. Haha, Adam Sandler goes boom.
Haha, Jonathan, dark metamorphosis.
Just imagine you do Soul Steel. You kill that fucking werewolf character with a soul steal in that game, that would be great. I hope Shield Rod isn't in that Metroidvania. It would trivialize the game too much.
okay, so the enemies in this area are just these two.
How does it feel being one of the harder bosses in Castlevania 4 turned jobber? Why are they using... You know,
The nunchucks, quote unquote.
I mean, not Tira, Talim is my favorite nunchuck user.
So, you've made it this far. In the name of your father, cease this foolishness.
You picked
Yeah,
a
that's
real weapon.
While there's a breath in my body.
A real weapon like these nunchucks. Death just shakes his head at Alucard.
First of all, so Death is a fight in like a lot of Castlevania games, and he loves this random flying sides thing.
Yeah. Well, of course Death is a constantly recurring boss. He's basically Dracula's right hand.
Oh yeah.
I never could figure out what the fuck he was saying during this transformation.
Why are the Tonfas so strong against him?
Because he's a skeleton.
Could you run that by me again?
Because he's a skeleton.
Why?
He has a body of bone, so he would be weak to blunt weapons.
Oh, okay. That makes a little more sense than what I thought you meant. It's just like, the skeleton's greatest weakness, the tonfa, is called the nunchucks. They really hate it when you mislabel fucking weapons.
I hope that also carries over into the Hotel Transylvania Metroidvania. I got my nunchucks. Stab their tonpas.
This switch hasn't been pressed yet.
I would normally laugh at this voice clip, but I've already tried to parse the Hotel Transylvania Metroidvania.
That's in that game, but it's voiced by Adam Sandler instead.
No!
Let's go.
And do you see, that's where my speedrun route stopped, Calexo.
Wait,
In fact... Sorry.
I was just wondering, why did the fairy just, tell you to stop standing around?
She doesn't want you to waste your Starman time. They doesn't even give him a chance to go red. They are beyond angry. They're just disappointed. There, we got our dad's portrait. Can we also have that in Uncle Transylvania Metroidvania?
Haha, Jonathan ate laser eyes. The Jonathan, that is Jonathan Morris.
Oh god, how much is that game worth?
It can't live up to this hype, I promise you. Seriously, does the... Okay, no, the fairy has arms. It's just when she's, facing forward, you can't see them?
They're behind her back. Alucard's sword. So, yeah, of all the regular swords, it has the highest damage and attack rate. You also have that teleport attack, where you cross up your opponent. You don't really care at this point. Look what you have now.
He's just like, oh, yawn, my sword.
I have the ultimate weapon. It pulls out a shield rod instead. Oh, it's only $25 new.
Perfect.
I wonder what the game visually looks like. It better not be like shovelware pre-rendered. I want high-quality sprites like this. Beautifully rendered Adam Sandler. It is straight up 2D, and the sprites actually don't look bad.
Oh man, we get a lot of pictures of our dead. Hell yeah.
But I wish we had infinite pictures. Let's grind for the duplicator. I wonder if this game has like a detailed wiki that tells like all the items and what they do. Okay, so have you ever heard of a game called Kid Dracula?
Yes.
So this part is kind of a love letter to that game's existence.
Ah. That's another Konami title, isn't it?
Yeah, it's technically a spin-off to Castlevania.
Oh, right.
Because you're playing as the young version of the Dracula in this series, but I'm not sure if it's canon or not, because Garamoth and one of the enemies are in this part. So here are the Saloms. They are the only things that can do cat damage to you.
Do they just do cat damage? Okay, it's that attack.
Yeah. And there is a circlet that you can wear that turns cat damage into healing, which works specifically only against these enemies and Maria, but you'll get that circlet after Maria. And that's only in the PSP version.
I know we went over it already. Why did they do that?
Because it's funny.
It feels
Also,
like it was custom designed to be a piece of trivia that you would tell me that I could laugh at. Because, like...
This game was designed around me. So Frozen Halves are one of my favorite enemies in this game because of how interesting they are. So they are transgendered demons.
Oh.
And the thing is, in the original Kid Dracula, they were portrayed very tastelessly. The whole cartoonish freak with a face mask to hide their facial hair stereotype.
Ugh.
That's like constantly like drooling out of the nose and stuff. Yeah. But in this game, they're like, let's make them these badass spellcasters.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Although the dub does sort of dilute it with their voice that they have.
Right.
Where if you leave them alone long enough, they have this insane blizzard attack. Like, the screen is just constantly raining giant ice balls that are crashing down on you.
Wow.
But in the US version, the dub voice has her go, maximum power, in a really camp voice.
Well, of course.
As funny as it is to hear, it's also kind of awkward because, yeah.
Quick shout out to the blood skeletons, which are like white and gold.
Oh, there's a bunch of different colors of blood skeletons in this part.
Why
But they're all
blood
all
skeletons?
I mean, gold blood. I think G has gold blood.
That's only if you're a president, though.
They're president skeletons. They have the power of the ass. Also, Frozen Halves are the bane to many a speedrunner because that ice thing that follows them around has a highly damaging hitbox.
The dub voice is pretty eek.
Yeah, it's a guy. It's clearly like a guy trying to sound feminine.
So some good old Angela Belty voicing.
But with Angela, it's not trying to like make fun of a social group.
I don't know. I always kind of interpret it that way, but I don't know. I'll leave that where it is.
Yeah, I think the subject's beyond us.
For sure.
I will say though, I still objectively love these enemies.
Actually, I was
Cool
actually
design.
curious, like, how are they described as trans? Is it like the bestiary or whatever?
Yeah, the bestiary says transvestite demon spirit. Transvestite ice spirit. Servant of Galamoth. Or Garamoth. The game cannot make up its mind on what his name is. Because
Right.
romanization is a bitch. There's the attack potion.
Last thing, did they say that in the translated version? Because,
Yeah, the translated version, they are called transvestite ice spirits that are servants of Garamoth.
because I actually find that surprising, because they seem to, at the very least, like, during the 90s, really didn't like actually acknowledging that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that is kind of surprising in the same game where wine is grape juice. And pills are potions.
Yeah, but they still have, like, pentagram and stuff, and so it's like, it's all over the place in terms of whether or not it actually fits with the rest of the, localization changes in that era.
And they named the Amducius the Hellfire Beast. We can't have an actual reference to demonology, but we can have Hellfire Beast.
So weird.
Also, I think in Serio's Castlevania Fighter, Frozen Half is a pickable character.
Huh.
Hopefully with the Japanese voice.
Let's-
Which is, I think, the same voice as Sypha. Japanese-wise. The fake Sypha.
Oh, right.
Okay, so without the cheese strats, this is easily the hardest boss in the game. It has so much HP, the bestiary won't even tell you how much he has. Oh, he has the circlet. So, these are not electric, these are physical.
Yeah, I do remember this is, I think, the one I struggled with a lot.
Yeah, with the circlet, this fight is trivial. Also trivial, doing this, the player's going to try to lure him to face him because, yeah, that face, he has no poise. I hope the player finishes him with an explosion.
The way this animation... Stop that! Stop hitting me there!
The Ernest Evans get hit animation.
I just keep letting you smack me in the face. I should probably stop letting you smack me in the face.
Why didn't I wear armor over my face? What the fuck?
Oh my god. This is my favorite scene from Hotel Transylvania.
I hope there's a boss this big in Hotel Transylvania. I wonder if he'll be Garamoth or Galamoth in Hotel Transylvania.
It's a weirdly tough boss for this game.
I mean, he is a final boss of another game.
Oh.
Yeah, oh, explosions up the crotch, my favorite.
I love that you could just do that.
Also, getting hit over the head with a scepter, not electric.
They use the same strategy for fighting this boss as I do for the first boss of Gunstar Heroes.
You know, if I ever made a Mewtwo for Mugen, I'd have to use that as the Shadow Ball sprite. Those balls.
Oh yeah.
I say this because CK showed me, like, that one Pokemon Fighter Maker game having Mewtwo being in development. I'm pretty sure he directed me to that specifically because Mugen. So, yeah, that's quite a death for Garamoth, whatever. Garamoth was a propane tank in disguise.
Dang it,
How the
boss.
fuck does this work? How did they not just drop from the ceiling?
This is a weird thing. It's like everything is upside down except, I guess, gravity for walking beings. Can't even say living beings because, like, there's skeletons and shit.
Ruby Circlet, which protects you from fire damage. And, by the way, Poison Mist. You know how we already have Starman with the Shield Rod? We have Starman with the Mist now.
Oh, yeah, you just, like, damage stuff as you touch it as mist.
Yeah. Yeah, as long as it's not immune to poison, which, incidentally, the final two bosses are. So you can't just cheese them with that, but you can cheese them with Shield Rod.
That's a good thing they thought of that, otherwise this game would be so unbalanced.
On one end, I sort of hope to see the player just bait out the maximum power attack because of how just fucking over the top it is. On the other hand, I can kind of go without hearing maximum power.
She really should have said it's an icicle disaster.
No, then the game will be even more expensive, like Valkyrie Profile is. I like that my two most valuable PlayStation games are Valkyrie Profile and this, because capitalism's a fucking joke. There's something just sad looking about those angels and Olroks being upside down. It's like they're resigned to their fate.
They went from heaven to hell.
Let's rock. Let's see, Hotel Transylvania speedrun tech.
Haha, Jonathan, backdash, backdash, backdash.
The speedrun is about any percent 52 minutes and 1 second. Wonder if there's something like the Sword Brothers glitch in that game. My favorite part of the movie when Adam Sandler was talking about hexadecimals.
This is weirdly the third time I've thought about Hotel Transylvania today. Like, I witnessed two other people watching it at two separate times. It's really weird. It's like, why has it become so important in my life now?
I kind of feel the same about Countdown Vampires sometimes. Why won't that game leave me alone? And I see watch Countdown Vampires, which would be utterly pointless for me. But why not? And we'll have to watch over my long play of it, the commentary-less version too.
I was gonna say we should watch over the one with commentary.
Wow, I really said that several years ago? Fuck.
See, there's a really good reason we're not going over the long play that I did for this game.
At least we're not doing any playthroughs of me, because I'd just probably be unable to resist the temptation to speedrun it. I just Sword Brothers glitch to skip through most of the castle, and you're like, The
Castlevania experience.
I Sword Brothers glitch my way out of this game into Hotel Transylvania.
It's just a speedrun of that game in disguise.
That would be like the perfect introduction to the speedrun. Just Sword Brothers glitch into a room and suddenly you're in that game.
I would imagine that you're like, it's got a lot of similarities to Symphony of the Night, and then you show me footage of it just flipped upside down. You're like, look, it's got an inverted castle.
Problem is, I don't even show you the game, I show you the movie upside down.
What do you mean, two movies?
That would be a great gimmick for its theatrical release. The post-credits is just the movie again, but upside down and backwards. Being backwards means you technically get to see Adam Sandler spam backdashes.
Jesus Christ.
You know, it's sad, we're almost done with the game, and... Oh, we're not.
I was gonna say... I was like, we've only been doing this for 2 hours, so... There's still at least another hour left of this. I don't know how.
I was gonna say, we haven't even touched the tip of the iceberg when it comes to this game. Like, there is so many items. There's just so much shit. If you tried to do a 100% item completion run of this game, it could very well be your entire life's mission.
Hold on, what is the rest of this video then? Because it looks like we're going to the final boss.
Victor mode, maybe?
You are actually right, yeah. I'm not...
Are they going for a la carte equipment just for style?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, might as well just show off the bosses instead of just... Also, this criminally underplayed track, as opposed to what we've been hearing for the past hour. Wonder if Hotel Transylvania also has a track that just keeps playing.
It turns out it just is Symphony of the Night.
Gaming in the Clinton years, Hotel Transylvania. Alucard looks just like Adam Sandler. Oh, they're gonna do the library card to make absolutely sure we have all the last % of the map. So if you just beat this game, you won't get the map data for this room saved. You have to library card, then go back.
Jesus.
So you are the one who was controlling Belmont.
Yes. I am the Dark Priest.
I am posing now.
This world must be
Look at my
cleansed
JoJo
in the
pose.
forge of chaos.
Why did you make Belmont lord of this castle?
For centuries, vampire hunters have defeated evil.
Like, it wasn't like, why are you mind controlling him? Just like, why did you make him, like, own this place?
It should have been like, that is the most fucking obtuse way to ask me that
Belmont's
question.
power is supreme among vampire hunters. None other could defeat him.
Exactly. That's why I removed him as a threat, by making him into lord of this castle.
But your plan has failed.
Is that like Luigi's Mansion? He just is like, oh, I own a castle now. That's cool.
Destroy your weak human side.
Well, with more mind control involved.
Fair.
There, I filled up my noob Cybot shell.
Bye. Why are you allowed to do that?
I'm interested in this.
Why not? Why do you have to do that to get all the map squares?
Farewell for now.
I'm interested in this. Holds up a copy of Hotel Transylvania for the DS.
Oh no. It's the equivalent of Richter mode in that game.
I don't know, you play as the werewolf or something?
Plays Little Nicky for some reason.
Oh god. Wow, that is a deep cut. I have not thought about that movie in like forever. Thank you. Let's wait for its Little Nicky Metroidvania. Oh, they're gonna get the items from the Master Librarian.
What? I
Yeah,
killed him.
You can moon jump under his chair and super jump, and if you keep doing it without making his head hit the ceiling, he'll eventually start dropping items. The final item you can get from this is the axe armor, and if you equip it, you turn into a Rondo of Blood Sprite axe armor.
Oh my god.
And you even have, like, the mobility of just an axe armor. All you can do is run around and swing an axe.
Did he give like experience or something, or was that like a level or a life up?
He gave you a life up. First
Oh.
is a life up, second is Arcana Ring. He just gave you the Dracula tunic, which is an outdated, obsolete piece of armor. And the last item I think he gives is that axe armor. Also, if you have a game clear and you enter your name as axe armor, you begin the game with the axe armor in your inventory. So you could play through the game as an axe armor, even though you'll constantly have to turn back into Alucard in order to actually, like, do movement. Because all you can do is a short jump and run as axe armor.
I love the little sprite of him being all like, whoa.
His relationship with the Master Librarian is very weird. Not only does he tickle him, he does this. I wonder what character would be the shopkeeper in Hotel Transylvania, and if you could fuck with the shopkeeper like this. There it is, the Axe Lord armor. Oh, they're not going to demo it? So, also when Alucard wears the armor, he just says, what? And they bring back the axe armor as a mode in Portrait of Ruin. And apparently the axe armor in that game is a woman, because there's like actual artwork of her that Konami had on their site. And it just looks like Hildy, but in the Castlevania axe armor suit.
Jesus Christ. Oh, who's the guy from Circle of the Moon?
Which one?
The player character.
Trying to remember. It's on the tip of my tongue.
God, by the way, that guy, he turns into Bear Tank. He's just like, what?
I think it's Nathan.
Right, yeah, I think that's it.
I think the main thing I remember about Circle of the Moon is that weird bondage goat boss.
Oh, yeah. I think I remember that too, actually.
I know what its name is, I just can't fucking pronounce it. And Dramalalik.
We should really do Harmony of Dissonance. Because what I remember about that game, it was like, we really wanted to beat Symphony of the Night, but on the GBA, and we just couldn't do it.
We should just do all the Metroidvanias, including Hotel Transylvania.
Let's make that our goal.
Of course, I have to get good at Hotel Transylvania first, so I can do this kind of commentary for that game. And this item makes Adam Sandler bigger.
What percentage is the full completion for that game?
Baby gibberish? I don't know. If you enter your name as Jill, you get to be a female character.
Oh no! Oh no!
Enter your name as 50 First Dates and it erases your save file because the game forgot it.
Jesus Christ! You got me there. I don't know if I have any more Adam Sandler references other than, you did that one about Pac-Man or whatever?
Basically, he saw that episode of Futurama and decided to make a movie about it.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I don't remember the name of that damn movie. Pixels.
If you enter your name as Happy Gilmore, all enemies are replaced with the clown. I love the tackle only run of Hotel Transylvania. They call it the Water Boy run.
Jesus Christ.
Oh god, this is turning into our version of Retsu Prey's Apocalypse Run Prey at this point. I'm looking forward to whatever witty description you can come up with for this video.
I think it's just going to be... it says Symphony of the Night, but it's really a Hotel Transylvania long watch.
MIC watch Adam Sandler. Let's see how long we can have that title before the video's taken down. Oh, look at the axe armor shaft!
Oh my god!
Yes! Yes! Wait, you skipped the dialogue? I wanted to see if the axe armor had dialogue for this.
This is the funniest fucking game that's ever been made. Holy shit.
Oh god. Help me.
Get down here, you little asshole!
Here's my suggestion for the description of this video, just this timestamp. This is just take this clip, isolate it, and say Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
I think the description is just gonna say, what?
What is my reaction to the Hotel Transylvania Metroidvania for sure? One regret about this not being the PSP version is I don't get to hear Shaft saying Rolling Thunder! And Shaft of Fire!
Is this room, like, flipped right side up and...
Yes, this is the only right side up room in the upside down castle.
Chef's like, I'm not having any of this upside down shit.
And in the normal castle, this room's upside down.
Oh, wow.
I think I might have pointed that out in the first episode. I probably forgot to, knowing me. Ah! No! Axe armor the whole thing, coward!
No!
They, like, deliberately did it for the last hit.
Darkness. Go then and dwell there for all eternity.
There's something about his delivery of, oh, no! That sounded CDI-like.
Yeah.
Corrupt world with the searing
My upside down cakes will burn. That didn't sound like you were trying to hold back a sneeze.
It's still not as good as the succubus scream.
Nothing can be. I do not want to think about the Hotel Transylvania succubus.
Adam Sandler, I smell your blood.
My son, it's been a long time.
I was hoping we would not see each other again. I can't.
Son,
allow you to
what are
leave
you
here,
doing?
You have ever been the ally of humans. Have you forgotten?
Son, we have to have a talk about this axe armor you were wearing.
Think you I would forget such a thing? No, but neither do I seek revenge against.
Son, we have to talk about your grammar too.
Uttering the same nonsense. No matter.
I agree.
Now is the time to put aside your weak human side and join me in remaking this world.
I love this voice.
Dracula.
Me
In the
too.
name of my mother,
Both of these voices
will
I prefer to the
defeat you
PSP
again.
by a mile. So, now we're in the Saran Wrap universe.
Okay, so was Dracula just actually hiding out? Or did we actually put him back together again?
We put him back together again
Oh, okay.
so that we can kill him. Which is basically the plot of Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest as well. Oh, that attack! Karasu Man sucks so much that Dracula just uses him as ammunition. That is telling.
Oh, come on, maybe he just really likes Karasu.
Loves him so much he killed him. The stock roar sound.
He's got alien heads.
And then there's the Prisman attack. Rainbow shower!
Is he blinking all sorts of different colors?
We have graphical effects, we're gonna use them. I think that Succubus was about to be crushed next.
Trouble the soul of my mother no more.
How? How is it that I've been so defeated?
You know what kind of fucked up shit is in your armory stores in this castle, Dad?
Sarcasm. For what profit is it to a man if he gains the world and loses his own soul? Matthew
What's the apostrophe there for?
26, I believe.
It's a quote.
Oh, it's supposed to be two of them then.
What
That's
were
weird.
Lisa's last words?
She said,
She
You
said,
must
"Don't
kill-
worry about it."
if you cannot live with them, then at least
He said,
keep them in
kill
your
all
home,
humans,
for
starting
theirs
with
is
that one over
already
there.
She also said to tell you that she would love you for all of eternity.
Lisa, forgive me. Farewell,
We're
my
tearing
son.
you apart.
Are we sure this isn't the room?
This acting, Also, Dracula, I guess, explodes after absorbing the Saran Wrap universe into himself.
Wow, this commentary got out of control.
I thought I was already out of control enough, and then that. I'm pretty sure I glossed over like a million pieces of trivia just because of the realization that that game exists. That is probably the most shocking thing I've ever heard since the Dragon Ball Evolution fighting game.
God, I can't believe that one still. Jesus.
I even have a commentary that I did with Dish and Homer on that somewhere on YouTube.
So you made it.
Alucard, I'm glad you're all right.
Glad you didn't kill Richter this time.
'Tis my fault you had to fight your own
Glad you
father.
didn't fuck things up for once.
Fear not. I had my own reasons for destroying him.
Fear not, I actually put on the
It must have
glasses.
been painful for you. Indeed. But you must always remember that the only thing necessary for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing. I understand.
Alucard, what will you do now?
The blood that flows in my veins is cursed. 'Twould be best for this world if I were to disappear forever.
Is the wrong place that apostrophe, I think.
Farewell then. We'll
I mean,
not
we already
meet
had these
again.
single apostrophe quotes.
Alucard,
Don't you want to go after him, Maria?
Don't you,
I'm sorry.
I-
I can't let him disappear from my life.
I love
It's all
him.
right.
Excuse
Go
me?
after him. Perhaps you can save his haunted soul.
Thank you, Richter.
I love that you
Very
need
well.
Richter's permission to talk a
And
guy out of
yourself,
committing
dear lady.
suicide. So, yeah, this is the canon ending because Alucard does in fact live and moves to Japan and changes his name to Arikado because that's how everyone pronounces his name and he just gave up on trying to correct it. By the way, the person who's singing Like the Wind, same person who sung Snake Eater.
I mean,
How does it-
that does check.
How does it feel to have your mind blown by this revelation?
I don't know, that does make sense. I mean, it's Konami.
True. Also, I love how this is like a wonderful fucking singer, but she was stuck with these lyrics. Like, she is great, but these... but she's like, I'm like the wind, I always win.
What? Oh,
The
my
lyrics are so stupid. You can tell it's someone who's not proficient in English wrote them. Just like the sun when my day is done.
wait, the sun is like self-confidence issues? What are you talking about?
Like I said, we have this great singer with these lyrics.
Good lord.
You know what sucks? The PSP and the Xbox 360 versions do not have this song.
Why?
Rights issues.
Oh, jeez. funny because I've been going through recently the Guilty Gear vocal tracks, so I feel like I'm immune to really bad songwriting now.
What, you don't like the lyrics to Awe of She?
That
You don't
one's
wanna-
actually not the most offensive one, although it does have maybe one of the worst spoken lines I've ever heard in a song. Which are the
You don't
words,
like that? You don't like that creepy voice saying, "Dizzy is a spell of love and lust. You can trust me."
Dizzy is a spell of love and lust. Like, go fuck yourself. What the fuck is that?
You don't like Zato 1's theme, and apparently whoever wrote the song just taking a thesaurus and looking at the word ill.
I can't.
Decapitation, elimination, anticipation.
I'm still stuck on the Jam theme, where it's just like... Jam is... the way I would describe Jam is that she is hot as fuck, and also just pissed off. It's like... She's a lovely animal. What are you fucking talking about?
Arel, I'm so sorry you had to look over these lyrics and try your best with them.
Oh my god.
Oh, Akira Yamamoto helped. That is the composer for Silent Hill and also Kensei Sacred Fist.
Oh.
Translation, let's see all these people that are bad at their jobs. All one of them.
Well...
Oh wait, that's the translation for the song. Again, telling. I wonder if we get a song this good in Hotel Transylvania.
It's this song exactly, but Adam Sandler singing it.
Oh no!
I want to win!
I don't like the person I've become. A JPEG of Jack and Jill's movie poster flashes on the screen.
Oh my god.
I think we just won up the Metal Slug 3 DMIC watch. Holy shit! I can't believe we did that. I never thought the day would come, but we just straight went and did it.
So, are we gonna go through all of this? Probably not.
If you don't want to, because it's just the game again, but with no story. But you're Richter.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's neat. I like it.
On second thought, okay, maybe we should. So, yeah, this is the infamous unused area that I thought you can only access with the Sword Brothers glitch. I was wrong. And in the Saturn version, that's where we get the exclusive content.
Did you see that thing I posted earlier? It was like I think it was Zool. It was like a Sega Master System game where you could activate an end-credit glitch by, in the first level, walking up to a ledge that you spawn right next to and pressing up in a right time.
I wasn't on Twitter all day today, but now I have to.
Just a clip of someone finishing the game in 5 seconds because they pressed up at the right time.
Isn't there also like a early credits glitch in Sonic 06?
Oh, there might be. I don't know about that one.
Oh, I wish Death showed up and was like, I finally found out how to beat you, takes away the vampire killer. and instead of what, you just hear the voice of Chris going, fuck.
For some reason you hear Jill going, Joseph!
You hear the J-pop opening from the Japanese version of Resident Evil. Count Dracula! The pain it hurts! The pain it hurts! Don't believe in the lie!
Oh my god.
Richter now has the lightning gun. that the holy weapon he's known for using.
I wanted to, before we stop the watch, I wanted to mention the game over thing, but can't even talk anymore.
So yeah, this game has a game over that gave me nightmares as a kid.
I just thought it was really strange. It's just like a picture of like a skull in a desert or something.
Yeah, it's like a dead Minotaur skeleton in a desert, and a creepy voice saying "Game over."
It also has like a weird, I think Bible quote.
Yeah, the night is still young. Let's go out for pleasure.
Let us go out this night for pleasure. The night is still young. I think is what it is.
Yeah, basically a really weird way to say play some more. So yeah, in this mode, you don't have healing items. You just get life ups, which increase your max HP and heal you. Also, there's a unique game over for if you lose to Succubus, where she says, "Now you'll be my personal slave." And I only knew this because I was trying to get, like, Succubus sound clips, because who the fuck would ever lose to Succubus?
Oh, as in, like, that always happens. I think maybe it was specific to Richter.
No, it's only for Alucard. Richter can't even fight Succubus.
That would be weird. Then again, there's in the story, but yeah.
What would she even take the form of? I guess Richter's wife, if he has one at this point. It's Maria as a child, and then all of a sudden there's just millions of questions.
It's Alucard's mom still. He's just like, I think you got the wrong guy.
Kill people and bring them happiness, starting with this one, Richter walks out.
I don't even know who you are, lady. What are you fucking talking about?
Why is your body so long?
I'm gonna have to put a stop to this.
Yeah. This game is so dumb, we could just go hours over the time limit for this. How does that feel?
Oh my god. I think I've got a headache.
I wonder if Hotel Transylvania also has, like... Oh yeah, we already made that joke. That is how much of a dizzy spell this whole MIC watch is.
I'm gonna hit stop recording now.
Okay.